Hey guys, it's Jessi. I'm drinking some mics. And really this is just a casual. I'm doing a couple of tags because I recently was gifted a ring light and I'm trying to figure out how to make it work. Actually, if you have tips for how to use a ring light with glasses, I would love to see them below because right now my options seem to be horrible glare, move the ring light somewhere so I basically don't get any of the effect from the ring light, or be blind. So if you have tips for glasses and ring lights, please let me know because I would love them. Alright, so that out of the way, I'm gonna deal with glare today, so if that's gonna bug you, I'm really sorry. The tag I'm gonna do right now is the Unpopular Opinions tag. So, question 1, a popular book or series that you didn't like? Well, The Inheritance Cycle. If you didn't already know that, then but there will be a review, my review for the series there that kind of goes into why I didn't like it. Yeah, I didn't like it. And Ready Player One, because popular book or series that everyone else seems to hate but you love. I actually don't know if I have something for this, because when a book gets a lot of negative attention, I tend to just write it off and decide not to read it. Everything I've read is either really not talked about at all or well liked, so I don't have an answer for this one. Love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you do not want them to end up with. I should warn for spoilers. I'm gonna go spoilers for Hunger Games on this one. I actually don't know if this is unpopular at all, but Katniss and Peeta just never really had chemistry to me. I mean, I really think Katniss was better off alone. I have a friend that, like, has this whole asexual headcanon for, Katniss that I'm so here for. But, even then, I think, I don't know, Gale was done dirty in the last book. That boy was so good and then suddenly so bad. And, okay. Also, when it comes to love triangles, I am just such a sucker for, like, falling in love with your childhood best friend because reasons, wish fulfillment. But love triangles almost always seem to go the other direction, and I think that's mostly because it's got its symbolism for moving on and growing up and changing, but whatever. A popular book genre that you hardly reach for. So this year I've been really trying to branch out and try different genres. I recently just read a romance. I read lots of fantasy and sci-fi all the time. Historical fiction I haven't really started, and that's not one, but I also just don't know that that's a super popular genre of book in general. But for me, it's definitely contemporary. I've read a few this year, and most of them I didn't really like. Specifically, YA contemporary just doesn't really appeal to me. I mean, I'll keep trying it, but, like, when I'm picking out the next book to read, it's very rare that I see a contemporary and my instinct is to read it. A popular or beloved character that you do not like. So other than the characters from the books, from the first question, that the books are popular, I really don't know. Yeah, I don't have an answer for this other than, like, Aragon, who is a beloved character, but, like, I hated his old book series and he was part of the problem. I don't know why I do tags. I never have good answers. Popular author you can't seem to get into. This is an easy one for me. It's Stephen King. I keep trying Stephen King, and I haven't given up on him yet, but I also haven't read a single book of his that was over 3 stars yet. They always have such good things in them that I just really, really like, but then just so many things I dislike. I'm not giving up on him. I'm gonna keep trying Stephen King. But I also think maybe I should just give other horror a try. I kind of want to pick up some Joe Hill because I really liked Lock and Key. Give me your horror recs below because I want horror that actually scares me, and I haven't found that yet. Popular book trope. Oh. Popular book trope. I'll say this right eventually. A popular book trope that you're tired of seeing. Said it before and I'll say it again. I don't like the wise old mentor trope. It bores me in the best versions, and most of the time they actively annoy me. So, like, you get your General Iroh type characters that are, like, fine, but I don't really get why they're there. They aren't doing anything. They aren't growing or changing. they're just changing other people, and at which point they don't feel like a character, they feel like a plot device. And then in their worst versions, they're Gandalf-like, in which case, like, come on, just give the protagonist the information they need. Why are you being this way? Hate it? I would be perfectly fine if we, as a genre, move on from the wise old mentor. Popular series that you have no interest in reading. There's probably a lot of these, especially like those YA ones, the YA range, ACOTAR, Nevernight, those ones I'm not really interested in. I actually might read Scythe, even though I don't think I'm going to like it, just because I know a lot of students I have are reading it right now, and I feel like it's a good thing. Another one is the Gentleman Bastard series by Scott Lynch, which I'm mentioning specifically because I was really interested in this, but Scott Lynch got wrapped up in a bunch of really awful, well, not really awful, but relatively awful things. And I just don't want to support an author that seems to be lacking in respect for women. So yeah, I'm not going to be picking that up. Which is upsetting because it sucks when good books come from shitty people. I mean, bad people. The saying goes, the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation do you prefer more than the book? Lord of the Rings, and honestly, even the Hobbit movies. Like, I want to do a whole video on my thoughts on Lord of the Rings and Tolkien at some point, but like, I'd have to reread the books first, and I really am not up to that. But honestly, I thought the books were really kind of dull. Tolkien just doesn't have any payoff for tension. Like, spoilers for The Hobbit, I guess. Like, I cannot believe he spent an entire book building up to a phone going off mid-rant. I can't believe Tolkien spent an entire book building up to a massive fight and then had his protagonist knocked out for the fight. Like, come on! And, of course, you know, there's the entire lack of representation and the racial... Anyway, long story short, I'm not a super big fan of the Lord of the Rings books, but I think the movies, like, I think Peter Jackson made them amazing. He added action to them, he added tension, he put so much into it. The pacing, way better. And honestly, the Hobbit movies, okay, yeah, they didn't need to be 3 2-hour-long movies. They could have been 3 1.5-hour-long movies, or 2 2-hour movies. They didn't need to make them that long. But honestly, they added characters, they made it better, it's better. Still not perfect. Like, the Hobbit movies are still kind of like, okay, but definitely better than the Hobbit book. Oh, and that's it. Okay, well, that's it for this tag. I'll see you guys in a minute. Bye.